The oceans and the atmosphere are both essential for life on Earth. They work together to create the conditions that make our planet livable. One of the key players in this process is a tiny ocean plant called phytoplankton. Phytoplankton are very small plants that float in the ocean, so tiny that thousands of them can fit in just one drop of seawater. Even though they are small, phytoplankton play a big role in keeping Earth's climate in balance. Phytoplankton needs sunlight and carbon dioxide, a gas in the air, to live. When carbon dioxide from the atmosphere dissolves in the ocean, phytoplankton absorb it. Through a process called photosynthesis, they use sunlight to turn carbon dioxide into oxygen, which is then released into the water and the air. This oxygen is what we and all other animals need to breathe. Phytoplankton do more than just produce oxygen. They also help keep the Earth's temperature just right. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, which means it can trap heat in the atmosphere. If there's too much carbon dioxide in the air, it can cause the Earth to heat up too much, leading to climate change. But phytoplankton help prevent this by using up a lot of the carbon dioxide in the ocean. This helps to keep the levels of carbon dioxide lower in the atmosphere, which in turn helps keep our planet cool enough for us to live on. The oceans are like giant heat sponges. They soak up heat from the sun, which warms the water. This warm water doesn't just stay in one place. It travels all around the world, carrying heat with it. This movement of warm and cold water helps to keep most of the world warm enough to live in, even in places that are far from the equator, where the sun's rays are the strongest. The warm and cold water in the oceans travels around the world in special pathways called currents. These currents are caused by the wind and the rotation of the Earth. They act like a giant conveyor belt, moving warm water from the equator toward the poles and cold water from the poles back toward the equator. One of the most important currents is called the Gulf Stream. This current passes right by the UK, bringing warm water from the Gulf of Mexico across the Atlantic Ocean. The Gulf Stream is one of the reasons why the UK has milder winters than other places at the same latitude, like parts of Canada. Thanks to the oceans and their currents, our planet has a climate that allows us to live comfortably. Without the oceans to soak up heat, transport it around the world, and support phytoplankton in balancing carbon dioxide, the Earth would be either too hot or too cold for life as we know it. The oceans are like the planet's climate control system, making sure that temperatures stay just right. The oceans do so much more than just provide a home for fish and other sea creatures. They play a vital role in regulating the Earth's climate, from producing oxygen with the help of tiny phytoplankton to transporting heat around the globe through ocean currents like the Gulf Stream. These processes are essential for keeping our planet habitable, making the oceans one of Earth's most important natural resources.